So first off, welcome to syllabus assignment, and I'm hoping that this is a way faster way of going through the basics so that we don't have to waste class time in doing it. So if you have any questions from this, feel free to talk to me in class, email me, or refer to the actual syllabus itself, which you can find in your drive. Okay. First things first, the classroom itself is M201. I'm also in M201 before and after school or the social studies office. Please don't be afraid to come and see me in the social studies office. If you'd like to email me, you may email me at agonzales@nazarethacademy.com. If you ever forget that, you can find it on the school website, and this is the syllabus specifically for contemporary world issues. Now, as we go through, just some basics, okay? How and when to reach me. My email is agonzales@nazarethacademy.com. You may also post to the Google Classroom, which you'll be very used to. I will respond to your email between 6 a.m. and 9 p.m. So if you email me at 7, I will get back to you before 9 p.m. If you email me after 9 p.m., I will return your email, but I will do so when I get onto my email around 6 a.m. So if you email me in the middle of the night, don't freak out. Just wait until I actually wake up in the morning, and I'll take care of you from there. So that's my blackout period. And the reminder is in the syllabus as well, just in case you need that. Classroom policy-wise, please be on time. That includes come in, put your stuff down, then you may go to the washroom, you may get a drink of water, get yourself ready for class, but please put your stuff in your seat first so I can take attendance right away. Aside from that, behave appropriately. We have a lot of great conversation in class. I want to have a lot of great conversation in class. We can only do so if you behave appropriately and allow people to have their own opinions on things. Make sure you have all necessary class materials. You'll get your stuff digitally, but make sure that you have your notebook every single day. That way, when we quiz or if we have a conversation, you are set to go. And just understand that participation is essential to comprehending some of the tough material we have in class. If you choose not to participate, I cannot properly assess whether or not you know the content. Therefore, we have a struggle when it comes to tests and quizzes. Lastly, all school rules do apply, from academic dishonesty to dress code, which I am a stickler on, or anything that is found in the handbook, obviously. Class-wise, how this works is there is no textbook for this class. It's a contemporary history class, so everything we do will come straight from the news and varied news sources. Everything will be distributed through Google Classroom, as with any other class. So the day you have the assignment, it will be there. You read it digitally. All notes will be taken on paper. I would highly encourage you to download the app. If you need help with that, just come and talk to me. I will help you download the app and get used to it and orientate that. Otherwise, on your computer at home, there's a website, classroom.google.com. Sign into your Gmail and it'll all be right there. Expect a quiz after every single reading assignment. I do that to make sure you do the reading as well as to assess if you are gaining what you need to gain from that reading assignment. If you are struggling, if you are taking extensive notes and not doing well on quizzes, please talk to me. There are some ways we can make you more efficient at note taking. If you find that note taking is taking you a long time because you're writing everything down, please see me so we can cut down those notes. That way you have a more relaxed atmosphere. We quiz before we discuss every day. So when you come into class, first thing we do is quiz. So make sure that you are prepared for that. We do not quiz after discussion. So if you have a question, you need to ask me in the beginning of class because we will quiz immediately. All quizzes will be fill in, short answer, true, false. It can be anywhere from 5 to 20 points. Test-wise, they may have 3 different portions. You always have a map at some time during the chapter. Whether that's on the test or whether it's quizzed is kind of up to whatever chapter we're on. There will always be an objective portion with matching, true, false, multiple choice. There may be short answer questions. There may not be. So some writing sometimes, other times there is no writing depending on where we're at in the chapter. What do you need for class? It's very simple. Every day you should have, if I print out a supplemental reading for you, you can bring that with. You do not need to print the articles unless you want to print the articles. You may not use them on a quiz though. You do need a spiral notebook. Usually students fill up those spiral notebooks. So if you do fill it up, just understand that it shouldn't be shared with another subject. Make sure you have one for the course. If you have a 5-subject notebook, those work sometimes, but it depends on your note taking. You do need a writing utensil, and I'll have some extras in class, but that's something that's normal for every other class. If you're absent, First thing that I do expect, email me. Now, this is not a punishment. This is not to make you do homework while you're very ill. I want you to email me so we can set up your return to school to make it easier on you. I may say, hey, you know what? You picked a good day to be absent. You didn't get any homework, but here's what you can do to catch yourself up for class. We don't want to have that odd conversation in front of the other entire class because you're returning and you're waiting until I pass out a quiz or until mid-class when you realize you don't know what's going on to talk to me. Instead, by emailing me, I can email you what we did in class. I can send you the presentation we covered in class. If you feel well enough to where you want to catch yourself up and come back and quiz right away, that's fine. If you say, Mr. Gonzalez, I'm sick, I'm not going to be prepared for the quiz tomorrow, we can set up a makeup date for that quiz. It does not mean you have to be prepared to come to class the next day unless you are able and willing to do that. And some students may want to be. If you don't email me, my expectation is that you're back ready to quiz. So I will put a quiz on your desk. If you email me, that means that we can set it up where you don't have to take the quiz. So I'm rewarding the email, not punishing for it. If you have any questions about that, we'll talk. Test and quiz makeup, just so you know, test makeup may only be done before or after school. So 7:15 is when I suggest you come in. If you're very, very fast, maybe 7:30, but 7:15 is a great time. 3:05 p.m. is your other option. And then you have the time in the afternoon. But I do coach, and there are many athletes and people in clubs, so I always suggest morning. I'm here at 6 a.m., so anytime after that, you're good to go. Quiz makeup. You have 24 hours to make up the quiz. Otherwise, it goes in as 2 asterisks. You must take a quiz with me. I have an F period study hall. Other than that, you may take it before or after school. You may not take it in your study hall with a different teacher, just so you know. If you have not made up a quiz, it will go in as 2 asterisks in the grade book, which doesn't hurt your grade. It just won't help your grade. And if you have taken every single quiz for the quarter, I will drop the worst of second and fourth quarter. Okay? So at the end of second quarter and at the end of fourth quarter, you will drop that lowest quiz grade. All right? Just a little cheat sheet to finish up here. And like I said, you can go into my syllabus and see more of an explanation, or we could talk out anything you need to talk out. Why students struggle in this class. The first is that almost everything is new. Unless you've studied the history of Thailand before, unless you understand Russian history, unless you've gone through the Greek economic crisis with your family or studied Brazil's perils recently, a lot of this content is going to be new. It's not like going from U.S. history in junior high to U.S. history in high school, where everything stays the same. This constantly changes every year. We're reading newspaper articles. We're not reading a textbook. And in doing so, it's not written for a high school kid. It's written for an adult. So we are going to prep you for that. We'll go through how to properly read newspaper articles and get you as ready as possible. If you don't ask questions, and most students don't like to ask every question they have, every question that is pertinent to the conversation, please ask. Because somebody is probably wondering the same thing you are. So, if we're talking about the euro and studying Europe and you don't understand what the euro is, ask. No matter how dumb you may see it, the only questions I don't like are questions that are just asked for comedy's sake. So if you have a sincere question, please, please, please ask it. A lot of students don't like to take advantage of quizzes because I say that you don't have to make up a quiz you missed. They don't make them up, and then everything comes down to tests and projects. Please don't do that to yourself. Your quiz grades are open notes. You should take those and take advantage of them in order to beef up your grades so a test doesn't hurt you. Students don't take advantage of maps. So you will have a map test for every single region throughout the world. It's memorization, and then you regurgitate all those answers onto a sheet. That should be a 20 out of 20 every single chapter, just making your grade better and better. Students who don't see me or email me with any questions do not ever make themselves better. You can try to hide, but I want to help you out. Please talk to me. If you're struggling, I will not seek you out. You're an adult. Therefore, you have to come and see me if you need any assistance. If you have any other questions, talk to me. We'll do a little bit more of this, and I'll reinforce this as we go throughout the class. But otherwise, make sure that you submit this Edpuzzle. If you are not sure if you did it correctly, shoot me an email after this is all said and done, and I'll tell you what you did. Okay? Thank you for your time, and let's have a great year.